There's no evidence that urine caused damage.
Are you a urine connoisseur, Your Honor?
I've been peeing for years.
Right.
Aaron, you are suing Gino.
He came over to my home and ashed cigar all over our brand new deck, rubbed it in with his feet. There's severe damage done to the deck, and then also, for some reason, poured urine all over the driveway and did damage to the driveway.
All over.
How do you pour it all over the driveway? What was your
unfortunately-
That's a great question. I'd love to hear this.
No, but what was the means of him pouring it?
Well, apparently
Did he have a
likes to
hose?
urinate in his own vehicle and store it in a coffee can and then
not
pour
true.
it out at a later date.
So you're saying he had urine in a can,
Yes,
and he came to your party and he poured it on the driveway.
before leaving. It was kind of a going away present he left me.
Do you have a bathroom in your house?
We have 3, Your Honor.
Okay, time out.
I moved
How do you
to-
guys know each other?
We go way back. I immigrated to this great country of ours 10 years ago from Canada. Lived here very poor for years, and it was always my dream to make it as a comedian and podcaster.
Yes.
At one point, I met Mr. Bisconti. We were roasting child star Ricky Schroeder at the
sure.
famous Friars Club in
Yeah.
New York. We became fast friends. We decided to start a podcast together.
Did he have a bladder problem at that time?
Not that I was aware of, Your Honor.
Still don't.
He was a heavy drinker. I've been sober for 8 years. He's been drinking nonstop.
Quitter.
And he's a very free spirit, apparently.
I'm a
That-
social drinker, Your Honor.
Yeah, and you're social most of the time.
I'm very social.
and didn't know that he was going to turn out to be such a bum.
So what? Okay, so you had this party.
A lovely party. We
So it wasn't
invited.
just-
Gino was the first person we invited over because he's so special. He spoke at my wedding. I have a lovely wife and a daughter that I take care of. And he came over. I gave him a beautiful cigar. Gave him, when he came to my housewarming, empty-handed.
What kind of cigar?
A Padron, 75-year-old Padron.
Okay.
Beautiful cigar. You can see the ashes of it all over my Trex deck. It was a nightmare.
Yeah.
He smokes the cigar. He's very shaky. He ashes on the ground, then rubs it in with his feet. And I go, "What are you doing?"
Okay, this is.
I
ash-
did this.
That's correct.
This is the ashes rubbed in with his feet.
Yes.
And what's that?
I'm gathering his urine, Your Honor.
Whoa,
Is there oil in my urine?
I don't know what
Well,
you
I
drink.
tell you what, that's the color of your urine. You don't belong in court. You belong at a urologist.
I assure you my
That's-
urine did not do this.
I'm not saying he didn't pour urine, but that's not
That
urine.
was the area where it was poured. I did not know it was urine initially. I thought it was coffee because I yelled to him. I go, "What are you doing?" And he said, "Coffee."
Yeah, but what? That's not even coffee. That's oil.
It
Or-
looks horrible. I don't know what's wrong with his insides.
You're serious.
I'm being very serious. That's the damage done to the driveway. I don't know what else was in the coffee can.
That is not what
but you're saying what he poured.
That's correct.
Okay, so that could be more than urine. Maybe.
Well, yes, but I that's not my urine, I assure you, Judge.
What were you doing? No, let's not even get into right now what
Okay.
the damage is.
Right.
Who goes to someone's home with a can of urine
Okay.
and spills it on their property?
I do a lot of driving, okay? And
Yeah.
I will gladly admit that sometimes when you're rushing around in traffic, you don't want to pull over. So I will urinate in a V8 bottle. Not a can, not a can.
I want to know why you spilled it. You poured it. You didn't just, it wasn't an accident.
No, that is not what happened.
I've provided video where he admits that he did, in fact, pour urine on my driveway.
Let's see the
I've
video.
submitted it into evidence.
Let's see the video.
There's cigar ashes all over the deck. He'll have like a full coffee left and just go in the garden. And I go, "What are you doing?" He's- Yeah.
The garden.
Dumps another coffee just on the driveway. I go, "What are you doing?" He's like, "It's going to rain." It was, yeah.
I'm like, why don't I just dump it here? And of course, Aaron's like a hawk. What are you doing? Coffee. It was coffee.
Yeah.
Just dump it out this cold coffee.
Dumping a jar of out of his car
I was
on
marking my
the
territory.
driveway.
We talk about intelligent stuff, too.
He
My
doesn't
point-
take life seriously, Your
I
Honor.
don't.
I could
He
tell,
takes
but go
life too
ahead.
seriously, Your Honor.
But you did do that, didn't you?
The picture he painted, if I may, is that I showed up and went like this and aggressively. I was leaving, there was some urine, and I just dumped it out on his grass because that's what you do. And
No,
I didn't
he's
think
saying
he,
it's
It was
on
the
the
driveway.
driveway, not the grass.
either way, this guy is so uptight.
I have an estimate from a contractor company about how much it will cost to repair the driveway and the deck.
What has to be repaired on the driveway?
There are several stone pavers which need to be replaced. The Trex composite decking needs to be replaced. There's Flex Seal canisters required. Trex fasteners.
Yeah, but what you showed me is not urine on the driveway. There's no evidence that urine caused damage.
Are you a urine connoisseur, Your Honor?
I've been peeing for years.
Right. Now I'm gonna
Sometimes-
guess.
And at my age, a lot.
Yeah. Congratulations.
I'm going to take a break in a moment. Wait, I got a can.
I don't know what
Okay,
else was in
just
that
stop.
can.
This is deteriorating.
I have an article, Your Honor, that proves that urine is very difficult to get out of the driveway.
I see that. Okay. There is no proof that his urine or...
He
in
admits
fact-
that he
wait.
poured it out on the driveway.
But that may not be the reason it is there. That looks like an oil stain. I see no evidence that his pouring of urine on the driveway caused any damage. Your job in filing a suit is to prove that what he poured from that can is what caused that. You haven't done that. Now, that's number one. I don't have proof of it. You sued for $5,000.
That's correct.
If it is just for damages, I would dismiss it because there's not enough proof that he caused the damage. However, I'm not dismissing all of it. And the reason I'm not is because you may think it's funny, but I think it's malicious intent to go to someone's house, invited to a party, and pour anything, even if it didn't cause damage. Peeing on someone's property that isn't yours, and it's not an emergency. Now I'm saying that because I find that malicious intent, I'm going to not give any money because of damages, but I am going to give you $250 to teach you a lesson about not going to people's houses and doing that. Even if you caused no damage at all, $250 for the plaintiff.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Ridiculous.
You can only hope that he gets on the right track.
Look, you've made me a little more responsible, not when it comes to your driveway, but I'm making him a little less uptight. And you're seeing this as we move forward in the podcast. Great dude, great dude. Insanity is what makes him tick, and I'm trying to make him a little looser.
I don't think it was the right verdict. I provided evidence of the damage done to my driveway and my deck, and it was merely overlooked by Judge Jerry. He thought it was a bit. It was not. Currently, I am still doing the podcast 5 times a week with the defendant, as I like to call him, and I'm doing a lot of stand-up and spending time at home with my family, who looks at me begrudgingly over what happened to our driveway. Thank you for having me on the show, but no thank you for the verdict. Take care.
Thanks for watching. Now please approach the bench. The way I look at it, you have 2 options here. Option A, watch more Judge Jerry. Option B, watch more Jerry Springer. The choice is yours. Now get out of my courtroom. You have more clips to watch. And don't forget to subscribe.